How do people go on dates with people that they don't know? Like, truly, how do single women go on dates with random men that they've never met, they don't know, they've only had like a few conversations with?
We're going to be answering this question and a lot more on today's video here on my channel. Welcome back, fellas. I took the weekend off. I decided I needed a little bit of rest, need a little bit of R&R. I definitely got that, but I am back making videos here. I have a few clips lined up for us, so I'm gonna quit blathering. Let's go ahead and let's get into it.
How do people go on dates with people that they don't know? Like, truly, how do single women go on dates with random men that they've never met, they don't know, they've only had like a few conversations with?
So what I found out is a lot of times these women don't even need a few conversations. All they have to do is match on a dating app, and then they are knocking on this dude's door in a couple of hours. It's like DoorDash. I call it dash. These women have no problem hooking up with random men on dating apps, Instagram, Facebook, you name the app, and they are hooking up with these random men. Getting to know them, they never do that. I'm not sure where you got that information from. These women are not trying to get to know these men. Depending on how attractive they are, these women will put very little effort into getting to know these men, but they will still want relationships with these men. Then a lot of times women find themselves in situations where they have all of these matches. They will match with 30 or 40 men. All of them are attractive enough, and then she'll just take her time and just go through all 30 or 40, trying to see which one's best. She's giving them all a test drive. This is how women do it, or at least this is how the videos I've seen online, this is how women treat dating. They treat it like they're test driving and they're trying to find the perfect car.
I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious how women go on dates with men. Like how women go on dates. If I don't know you, like stranger danger, I don't even want to get to know you. Stranger danger, I'm also not going to waste my time. If I don't think that you're going to be 100% perfect for me, why am I going on a date with you?
I completely agree with this woman. I think women her age need to definitely keep their distance from random strange men that they meet online or in bars or in the grocery store or at the gym or anywhere like that. They need to completely avoid these types of men because, well, we've all seen what happens. We've all seen what happens whenever these men get involved, and well, it's just let's just say it's not good. And then you have videos like this where she's definitely been spending time with large amounts of random men in her life, but now all of a sudden she has amnesia, you guys. She has amnesia. She's been pumped and dumped so many times that she has forgotten about her past.
I don't care about a free meal or whatever. Losing on an afternoon or an evening of my free time to waste my time is not something that I am looking for. I don't go on a date unless I know that there's potential, which is probably why I've never been on a date.
And there's a lot of men that have also never been on dates. You know, a woman like this will go online and broadcast herself and talk down to hundreds of men. All the while, these same men are probably in her DMs or probably in her comment section. Yeah, they're right here in her comment section. And they send the little winky faces and have the little thing. But look, these women right here are always going to go after the wrong types of men. You can say it's the type of men they go after, but ultimately it is basically just years and years of men doing her wrong in all the wrong ways. And they kind of get used to that. And it's not until they're well into their 50s or whatever age it is now, and they have a bunch of cats and they're looking around and they're like, you know what? Why aren't there any men? Where are all the men? Can somebody tell me how to date in 2025, please? Sorry for the jump scare, you guys.
You know that dating in 2025 is bad when people ask why you're still single and not married, and you jokingly say, it's because I'm smart. And they agree and they understand why. Love it here.
Well, see, this is an argument for men. I don't think women understand this. This is an argument for men because a lot of women, a large majority of women, whenever asked by a man that she's interested in if she will get married, a lot of them will say yes. However, it is the man that always does the asking. It's the man that's always going to ask the woman to get married. So if a woman is sitting there with no marriage proposals, no ring, then it definitely tells you a lot more about the woman than it does about the man not being married. You know, because men are just choosing not to get married. I've made plenty of videos on the marriage scam, how it's just the system is basically set up to encourage women to divorce pretty much after a certain amount of time to get the maximum amount of financials from the man that they were married to. It happens in Hollywood all the time. It happens in, you see it online. It's prevalent. It's become a huge scam. A lot of guys are looking at this and they're building their wealth, and they're not super rich either. These aren't like millionaires, but still, half of all your stuff is still half of all your stuff. And I think it's even more important for these guys that are maybe in their 20s and they're looking to, get their money up a little bit, and then they have a woman come along and could take half of that. That's a big cut. 50% is a big cut, no matter how much you got. I think even the less amount of money you have, I think it's even more crucial. That's what a lot of women aren't seeing. Oh, well, you don't. Well, so what if I'm a gold digger? You don't have any money. Yeah, but that's exactly the thing. If you have average money and somebody comes in and takes half of it, that's still half of your shit. I mean, come on.
Dating is definitely going to be worse in 2024. I went out by myself Saturday evening, and I'm leaned up against the pillar in the lounge that I was at. I was in the mood to hear some live music and decided to go by myself. Because I don't get asked out. Maybe they've seen my TikToks. I don't know.
This is happening a lot where women just have to go out by themselves now. Men are not asking women out anymore, especially women that are this age and stuff. They've hit the wall. No men are entertaining women like this. Even on dating apps, used to, these women will get on dating apps and they would at least insinuate that somebody would be going home that night and have fun. But even that is just, now their standards are way too high, and you don't even get that anymore. But you still have to pay for dinner. It's such a ripoff. These men are looking around and seeing this type of stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm just not gonna even spend time with these women. I'm just gonna stay home and play Call of Duty or something. These guys have more important things to do.
Anyways, this gentleman, him and I keep eyeing each other, wasn't bad looking. So he comes over finally, and he said, "How are you?" I said, "Hey, I'm great. How are you?" He said, "Fine." He's like, "Are you here alone?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "You're very beautiful, by the way." And I said, "Well, thank you. I'm flattered." And then he goes, "Can I have your number?" Now, I gave him my number, and let me tell you why. First of all, I've heard stories of when women reject men and how some of them don't take it too well. But, nonetheless, I don't know. But I don't want to be rude.
I've heard this argument too about how some men don't take it very well, and maybe rarely. I mean, is that something that really happens? I've never seen it personally, and I haven't seen too many videos about it. I've just heard women talk about it. I'm guessing maybe it's happened in the past. Maybe it does not happen a lot. I don't know the percentage of that type of stuff happening. But then again, also you have millions of videos of women complaining that men don't approach them anymore at all, period. So either it's happening so much that there's a small percentage that men are getting, upset that women are not giving them their number, or then again, it's not happening at all. It can't be both.
What I wanted to say was, heck no, I'm not giving you my number. But then I would have came across as, oh, so you're bougie. You're one of those. You think you're too good, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, here's my number. So he calls it, of course, on the spot. And I feel it ringing in my purse. But I did not take my phone out of my purse to show him, oh, look, here, I got your number. Because I wanted to see what he was going to do. I was like, I feel you ringing. You got the right number. He's like, okay, pleasure meeting you. And then he walks off. So I didn't see him for a while. So then I ended up walking around to the other side. And then I see him out there with a whole group at a table smoking hookah. And me and him just look at each other, and he smiles, and I'm thinking, are you serious? First of all, you saw me there standing, because there wasn't any sitting room, in my heels, by myself.
And here comes the entitlement, and this is where you kind of lose me. So this guy, he The first time you're meeting this guy, he walks up to you at a bar, he asks for your number. Seems innocent enough, but no, it couldn't be. There's always this expectation of, oh, well, you should have done this. This is how you should have. There's no winning in situations like this. There's absolutely no winning, because no matter what this guy would have done, kind of seems like that you would still get online and bitch about it either way. I don't know. It just kind of seems that way to me.
Didn't even offer conversation, for one. Really didn't even offer a drink, for two. Not that I needed it. Don't get your feelings all in a rut right here now. But nothing. So I knew immediately I'm going to block this man. So as I leave, of course I get home. He texts, "Did you make it home okay?" I responded to that mess. So actually I didn't even know he texted, because I fell asleep when I got home. But he texted, "Did you make it home? Hey, are you good?" Of course, I didn't see him, didn't answer him. So the next day, good morning. I didn't answer it. And I was getting dressed. I was going to go get some wings for the game and stuff. And then he calls me. And then he FaceTimes me. And, sir, did you really think? And you know what? I think they really do think. I think a lot of some men, I'm going to stop putting every man in the same category, because every man's not the same. I think men really do this stuff because they get away with it, and some women go for it, I guess.
Oh no, you guys, she gave the guy her number and then he tried to call her. Oh no, that is the most outlandish thing I've ever heard in my life. Why would he ever call you after you giving him your number?
Yeah, no. I am one that you definitely have to come correct. Definitely have to come correct. I'm done. I'm done taking just settling or the bare minimum. Sorry. I'm
done with this video, but I do have one final comment about this. What does she expect him to do? Invite her over to like their friend circle and do hookah with them? Or that would be a big mistake. I think a lot of men would agree that you don't know this woman. You're trying to get to know her. Sure, you ask for her number, but you're also somewhere with friends. You're busy. You're social. You have a lot going on. This woman's sitting by herself, whatever. It's really none of your business, but you wanted to get the phone number. Sure. Now there's this expectation of, oh, well, you didn't buy me a drink. Buy you a drink. He doesn't know you. Okay. And I think the insinuation is you were kind of sloshed to begin with. He probably wanted to keep his distance so he didn't get accused of something. There's this insinuation that she didn't need another drink. Well, yeah, no wonder he got your number and split and went and hung out with people that weren't completely toasted. This is complete lunacy out of this story. There is no situation where you can actually sit there and say that this guy was in the wrong. He did everything correct. But it's never good enough. It's never good enough. A lot of men are seeing that you're really just wasting your time. Like you're wasting your effort. You're wasting your time. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video here. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.